The Mark of a Woman's Record, Gender and Academic Performance in Hiring, conducted by Natasha Quadlin. The question my article addressed was women earn better grades than men across levels of education, but to what end? There was 2 studies conducted, which the first was a resume audit study which looked at regionally specific first names, achievement or GPAs, and then field of study which looked at college students' majors such as English, business, and math, and a factorial design of 2 by 3 by 3. The second study was a survey experiment which was replicated after the first study, which included a series of interviews which included employers' recommendations and ratings for certain applicants based on their resumes, and then also included open-ended narratives explaining why or why not, in employers' own words, why they would recommend a specific applicant for their job or why they wouldn't. The key findings was there was different outcomes for both men and women. It stayed pretty the same for men, and then there was an inverted U shape for women. Men were called back twice as often as women. There was a correlation found between academic performance and gender and then job outcomes in the future. And then women are often penalized for demonstrating high academic achievement, which can create unequal returns to academic performance at labor market entry. Women were only penalized in math, not business or English, and English majors overall received significantly less callbacks. High achieving women are not penalized because they are viewed as overqualified, which was another question my article looked at. This is just a table showing the callbacks in the resume audit study, the U shape for women, and then how men stayed pretty much the same. And then this is just showing the different majors, how the U shape for women still exists, and then men are staying pretty consistent. And then this is just showing a table showing the survey experiment and what questions were asked during that experiment. And then the interviews and how they were assessed is shown on this table. And then the question relevance is just saying that unfortunately gender stereotypes and gender discrimination still exist within the workforce. And then it's saying that a gender gap still exists between males and females in the workforce and continues from high school to college and then translates into the labor market or workforce eventually. And then the article is just saying that we need more gender equality. And then as a college student, from my perspective, it is just saying that academic performance is directly linked to employment outcomes. So I may think that my grades do not matter, but in the future, my grades can be the difference between me getting a job or me not getting a job. Additional research: when were the interviews conducted? I would like to know, how did the researcher choose which questions to ask the employers in the survey experiment? And then I would like to know if the researcher would look at other majors that are heavily gendered, such as nursing and early childhood education, which are female dominated, engineering and computer programming, which are male dominated. And then I would also like to know if the researcher would look at other countries that have large labor markets, such as Japan, China, or India, because they only looked at the United States. Thank you.